Hi, Nige from 3 Men and a Whisky. Time for another Christmas movie and whiskey mashup. It's December the 9th, so we're hammering through the month now. I haven't done all my Christmas shopping yet, which, will come as a surprise to anyone who knows me. And today I'm going to be watching an absolute all-time classic Christmas movie. And it's not just an all-time classic Christmas movie, it is considered one of the all-time great movies, period. Which is quite rare for Christmas movies. Most Christmas movies probably don't make the higher echelons of the IMDb top 250 and all that kind of stuff. But this film does. This film is considered a great film in its own right, not just because it is a Christmas one with a Christmas message. And the other day I watched White Christmas, and I described White Christmas as the granddaddy of American Christmas films. And I still maintain that is the case. Now, the film I'm going to watch, is actually older than White Christmas. It's from 1946, but I don't consider this to be the movie that kicked off American-style Christmas movies. And the reason for that is because the movie I'm going to watch is loosely based on A Christmas Carol. Surprise, surprise. Whereas White Christmas is literally wrote the book on how to make an American Christmas movie. Whether you like it or not, that is, it's like a checklist of things that a Christmas movie, if it's made, in Hollywood, should have. And it has it in spades. Whereas this film that I'm going to watch doesn't. This film is very different. It still has a message of hope, but in many ways it doesn't always feel like a Christmas movie, even though it absolutely is. It should come as no surprise to you what I'm going to watch. If you haven't figured it out, then shame on you. But It's a Wonderful Life from 1946, starring Jimmy Stewart, is today's film. And I have a bit of a mixed relationship with this film. I completely recognise it as one of the great films ever, because it is. It's got a great story, a wonderful cast. I mean, James Stewart is one of my all-time favourites, and a great message in there as well. There is nothing wrong with the film as a film. I think where I struggle with it sometimes, or I have in the past, is that I struggle with it as a Christmas movie. Which is crazy given I've watched Die Hard 2 already. But there's something about this film that just, I don't know whether it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth or it just doesn't sit right. And granted, I haven't seen this film for a while. I haven't seen it since, probably 10 years or maybe more. So it might just be the moods that I've been in when I've been watching it. It might just be where I've been in my life at those times. But it is quite a hard watch, or at least I've always found it to be. Again, nothing against the movie per se. I think it's its placing as a Christmas movie that is where I struggle. But we're going to see. I'm going to watch it and see if that holds true. And to pair with it, I thought, well, I need to kind of follow suit and find a whiskey that I also have similar mixed feelings about, but that is also considered one of the all-time classics. And so for that, I have picked Laphroaig. Now, again, I don't dislike Laphroaig. I've got a lot of time for Laphroaig and for the distillery and the spirit that they make. But it's something that I can't really drink very much of. I drink very rarely. And I don't know if it is because of the peatiness. I don't think it's the peatiness, because I love peaty whiskies. I drink lots of peaty whiskies out there. I've got lots on my shelf. It's just something about Laphroaig. It's by all the definitions, it's a great whiskey. It's super peaty. It's got great medicinal notes in there, which I normally love. It's very seaweedy, because it's on the south coast of Islay. It's quite a romantic part of the world as well if you ever go and visit there. So it's a great dram. And as a bottle, you will always find a Laphroaig on the shelves of every supermarket in the country. You'll find it in every pub pretty much and bar. It's world renowned, just like It's a Wonderful Life. But I have these mixed feelings about it, and I don't quite know why. So I'm going to savour my Laphroaig, and I've gone for the classic. I've gone for Laphroaig 10. I did think about having the quarter cask, but I thought, no, this is the one that you will see on the shelves in, Tesco's and Morrison's and what have you. So this is the one that I'm going to go with, and pair it with my watching of It's a Wonderful Life, and see if my my weird opinions about these two all-time classics hold true. So I'm going to go do that and see you in a little bit. So I am back from watching It's a Wonderful Life, and do I still have mixed feelings? Yeah, I do. I think I've seen this film probably half a dozen times, maybe more, over my life, so a decent number of times. And the feeling is the same. It's just the same. And it's not that the film is not good. The film is brilliant. The film is genuinely very well done. It's a good story. It's got a great, kind of morality tale underlying it. Jimmy Stewart absolutely carries the film from beginning to end. He is wonderful throughout it, and really demonstrates one of the reasons why I always loved him as an actor. But I think what it comes down to is that it just didn't leave me feeling in the spirit of Christmas, like, the way you want to feel at the end of a Christmas movie. As a film in its own right, yeah, it's an 8, 9 out of 10. It's a great film. It's, there's a few elements of it having dated, of course, but I mean, it's 80 years old. So, that's to be expected. But the fact that I have come out of the film feeling it's not a reflection on the film as a movie. It's just a reflection of the film as a Christmas film, because it hasn't met the expectations that I need from something Christmassy. And yes, it does have an almighty payoff. It does. The final, 5 minutes, because that's all it is. It's only about the last 5 minutes where you get the unbelievably over-the-top, sentimental, Merry Christmas story. And I think maybe that's the problem, the fact that it's so short, and the fact that many of the problems that are created in the movie, the problems that exist in the movie, aren't really resolved, and so I think there's a few things there that just, they just make me feel, I don't know, sad, really, just a bit sad. I don't really want to feel sad at the end of a Christmas movie. And I've I've watched Black Christmas, and I've watched Die Hard 2. I've watched movies that are perhaps less Christmassy, or people debate whether they are Christmas movies. I'm not for 1 second saying that It's a Wonderful Life is not a Christmas movie. That would make me a almighty hypocrite. But it is a Christmas movie. It just didn't leave me feeling very Christmassy, to be honest. Whereas, again, a Die Hard 2 or even a Black Christmas, I was laughing at the end of it, So, which at least left me feeling slightly upbeat. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, which is a shame because, it is a genuinely good film. Which means when I think about scoring it, because my ranking is all about, as Christmas movies, then I can't rank it super high, because as a Christmas movie, it really didn't do it for me. As a movie in its own right, it would be a really high marks, absolutely, and that brings it up. But it gets knocked down by the fact that I, felt pretty miserable by the end of it, so, which is never a great sign. So I'm going to give it 7 swans are swimming. Swans are swimming? Yeah, I think so. 7 swans are swimming And yeah, that will probably disappoint a number of my friends who I know think this is the best Christmas movie of all time. But, you know, that's the way, them's the breaks, that's the way it goes. The Whisky, Laphroaig, 10-year-old, did I have the same mixed feelings about that? No, I've realised it's not mixed feelings I have about Laphroaig. I think it's just the case that I just don't like Laphroaig very much. Not the distillery. Distillery's great. I've been to the distillery. It's a lovely place. I'm sure the guys are doing great work. It's just not my bag, really. I think, and I don't know if it is just the fact that I feel there are other peaty whiskies out there that are doing it better, you know. And I realise that's a bit controversial, given Laphroaig. I mean, it's one of the greats. It's not a bad whiskey. It's eminently drinkable. But after having one, I didn't really feel like I particularly wanted to have another one. Except for the fact that the movie made me feel like I wanted to have another one. But, you know, that's a whole other story. So yeah, there we go. Laphroaig 10. It's a decent whiskey. It's just not for me. You know, it's genuinely not for me. And yeah, so I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. Leave it at that. And yeah, there we go. I will need a movie tomorrow to cheer me up. So yeah, like and subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I will catch you tomorrow for another one. Thank you.